Right, it's Dave from Chase Classic Cars. Bit of a damp squib Tuesday morning. I'm sitting inside Rzeszów. I'm just about to go to somewhere not too far off to have a look at one car that's not really appealing, but I'm going to have a look anyway because there's another one that is. I'm not going to tell you what. I spent a couple of hours driving around local older established housing estates the other day with a bit of paper and a pen. If I saw anything parked on the drive, because you do see them, there's lots of people that do these videos. I saw quite a few. There's only two that answered. One was a straight no, but then he told me he'd got a lot of other cars, mainly classics, so I'm going to see if I can see him sometime soon. An older gent, sort of know him by word of mouth, never met him before. One of my friends knows him. Quite interesting cars, Alphas, stuff like that, older stuff. And then this one, there was two cars covered up on someone's drive. I pushed a note through. He rang back later that day. I think it was, or no, the day after. No, later that day, yeah, it doesn't really matter. And he said, yeah, come up, they can both be for sale. I didn't know what they were, because they were covered, and I'm polite. I won't open any covers. You know, you don't know if anybody's in the house and they'll come out and hit you with a rolling pin or anything like that. But yeah, might be worth it. I'm not going to video looking at them. If I do buy them, then I'll try and get some video done when they're delivered to my workshop. So we'll just have to wait and see. Might be a good video, might be a series of videos for the channel, or it might be a very, very short video. Please like and subscribe anyway. It is free. And the more you subscribe, the more I'll do stupid things like these. Well, got here a bit earlier than I thought. The traffic wasn't as bad. Rang the doorbell. He said he'd be here. No, he's not turned up. Sent him a text about 5 minutes ago, got no answer. I'll give it 10 minutes. It's supposed to be here at 11. I'll give it till 10 past and then I'm taking the covers off. He said I could take the covers off and have a look. So well, it's just I don't want the faffing around and putting the covers back on by myself because it's windy. Well, actually no, it's not windy, but it'll be just my luck. As soon as I take the blooming cover off, it'll start being windy. I have lifted it up a little and had a look at the reg plate. Ooh, I'm not sure about one of them because the cover's wrapped on too well, but the other one, last MOT 2011. So I'm not holding much hope for it being any good, really. It'll have to be the right money. There they are. I bet you can guess one. You might not be able to guess the other. You probably could if you could see the wheels, but I'm not showing you. You'll just have to wait and hopefully see. Okay, here they are. Just giving you a little hint on the one at the back. You'll have to work it out. They might give it away. Supposedly a special edition, but I don't know. That might give it away for that one. He's not turned up, I'm taking the covers off. There you are then, that's what it is. No owner's turned up. I'll just have a quick look inside and then I'm going. Right, it's a few days later. I'm back at home. I didn't bother buying them. I don't know whether this is making a rubbish video or not. Saw what it was a Clio, Williams 2. Really nice lad. Had bought it in lockdown, I think he said. Driven it to his nan's drive and left it there. He said he'd bought panels for it. He'd got all these great ideas, but he wasn't practical. He was going to have somebody do the work to it. And it needed a lot of work. Hell of a lot of work. Sills, inner and outers. Front, not front arches because they're plastic, although it did need a front wing because it was cracked, one of them. He had got it. I think he'd got the sills. Sorry. a bit of a certain sort of egg made of cream I had before I did this video. Anyway, rear arches were totally gone. Hatch was bashed in, the tailgate, somebody had reversed into something. Yeah, 2011 it had last been on the road. Reasonable sort of mileage, 100 and some change, it wasn't a lot of mileage. Didn't bother trying to start it. Interior was all there, it wasn't worn or anything like that, but it was all very mouldy. I said I'd think about it, and I've spoken to my mechanic, and I said about cam belt and tensioners and things like that, and he said, oh, they rock hard. Space wise, I think, because it's 2 litre engine and a 1 litre car frame sort of thing. So yeah, a bit of googling, and the easiest thing to do apparently is drop the engine and box out of it. But at this time I've got a big project. I've got my white Quattro, I've got the blue Quattro I haven't started yet, I've got the MGB. I didn't want to take on another big project, so I'm not that on the head. The other one was I was going to say Golf. It wasn't a Golf. It was a Beetle TDI convertible in Flint grey. Apparently it was a rare collector's car colour, and it was worth fortune. I don't know how much he was charging for the mould, if that was extra or not. It was, again, it wasn't really worth buying. So if you're watching this far in the video, my point is, I'm having a bit of a rant. People buy these cars, oh yeah, I'm going to do it up, and then it sits on the driveway. And then they don't do anything with it, but they don't really want to sell it. He said somebody had offered him money for it, and I thought, well, I would have taken that amount of money he'd offered for it. And he turned it down, he thought he could do better, but then he realised he should have taken the money. So, I mean, I spent about 2 hours going around these housing estates. I'm not going to say where they are. They're local to me in Stoke-on-Trent. What was seen? Mercedes 190. Nice looking car. Pushed a note through. No answer. I did say about an MGB. Pushed a note through. Got an answer. It was basically off. No, I don't want to sell them. There was a Series 2 Land Rover. There was a couple of XJ6s. I'm forgetting the list now. Sierra. I think there was a 2 litre Sierra a couple of weeks ago, and the lady looked through the window and shooed me off the drive. Didn't even get a chance to ask. There's more. There's a big list. There's been Golf GTI Mark II. There's been, I think, 2 or 3 Ford RS 2000 Mark V Escorts. Again, no, not even acknowledging me. There was a Scimitar, went down and had a look at it. Yeah, it starts, mate, it starts. Couldn't get it running. Just about 200 yards down the road, I walked there. Well, ring me up when you've got it going then. I'm interested. No, never bothered. Still sitting there, windows are steaming up, there's green moss, mould growing on it and everything like that. There's been countless other cars. So what I'm basically saying is, don't buy a project car and leave it sitting on your drive and don't do anything with it. If you're not going to do it, face facts, you're not going to do it. Sell it to somebody like me who's going to do it. I can't stand seeing these nice old cars, and some of them aren't that old, but they're sitting there, they're rotting and wasting away. And it'll get to the point where you won't be able to fix it, you won't be able to afford, you won't be able to get the parts, and it'll end up being weighed in. And it's a waste. Somebody else could have had the enjoyment for 5, 10, 20, 30 years out of that car. So, that's all I'm saying. Rant. Sorry. And then the last thing I'll say is, if you've got a pre-2005 car you'd like to sell somewhere in England, preferably Staffordshire, Cheshire, Derbyshire, because they're nearer to me, really, for logistics and transport, please, sales at Chase Classic Cars. I could do with buying some BMWs, Audis, Mercedes, Porsche. No Ferraris. I can't speak Italian. I can't do things like that. Alphas. I'd like an old Alfa. I think the 105 Giulia. My dad had one. I'd like another one for him. Jags. Things like that. If you find barn finds and you're not interested, pass me a message on. All right. Over and out. Thanks for watching.